throws left. Back in the end zone, Marshall's there, makes the catch. Did he get it? Yes, he did. Denver touchdown.
Yes! Touchdown, Denver.
What a day so far for Marshall.
Throwing, same spot, caught. Touchdown, Brandon Marshall.
It's going to be caught. Brandon Marshall back in the end zone. They run the bubble screen right side. Marshall gets a block to the 5. The big receiver takes the belt and backs into the end zone. Denver has the lead. Touchdown.
Yeah, this Brandon Marshall guy is a human highlight reel. 2009 Pro Bowl selection, 18 catches last year against the San Diego Chargers. And he joins us now. Let's see, what could we possibly have to talk about with Brandon Marshall?
We've got plenty, Randy. We've got plenty.
we like scoop at NFL Network. So let's just cut right to the chase and get this out of the way, all right? Did you want to be traded? Do you still want to be traded? What is the status of your situation right now with the Denver Broncos?
Well, as of right now, I'm still under contract, and I have a wedding to prepare for, so I'm definitely going to show up. I'm not going to let them take no money.
That's smart.
There was a trade request, but as of right now, I'm still under contract.
Now, is the trade request more about your personal finances, as in you want your contract to be commensurate with what other players make, or is it more about your position with the organization and wanting to know that you're going to be there for a while and they're not going to do whatever?
Well, it's more to it. It's more to it. And as of right now, Kennard, my agent, he's handling all that. And it's just my job just to beat my body up right now and
but the more to it from the standpoint of, is it about money or is it about the organization? Are you comfortable with the organization, the direction of the organization? I mean, let's face it. You just lost a Pro Bowl quarterback. Okay.
Well, that's not good, losing a Pro Bowl quarterback, but at the same time, you can't discredit the Denver Broncos and what they've been able to accomplish. Mr. B, Pat Bowlen, the owner, probably one of the best owners in all of sports. So it's a great organization.
Brandon, what's the latest with management and the contract negotiations? Where do things stand now? Do you want the long-term deal with the Denver Broncos?
Well, Kennard, he's a great agent, and I think he's going to handle all that. I don't think it'll be fair for me to sit up here and to kind of bash the organization or the things that we've been trying to keep behind closed doors.
Have you talked with your owner, Pat Bowlen, personally? When was the last time you guys had a conversation?
We had 2 meetings. And the last one was in mini camp.
How'd it go?
It went good, Well, Mr. B understood where I was coming from, and I understood where he was coming from, and like I said before, we thought it'd be best that I move on.
So you're going to training camp. You're going to keep that $14,000 a day in your pocket where it belongs. At this point, do you expect to be traded?
You know what? As of right now, I'm under contract, and I'm going to report to camp. I'll probably be the first one there. I just saw the report the other day that they gave me a notice that I should be there early because I'm an injured player. I never received that, but I'll be there.
All right, let's talk about your quarterback, Jay Cutler. Oh, sorry. I mean, the artist formerly known as Jay Cutler. Talk about some of the conversations you guys have had, because obviously we're not talking about tampering and going to Chicago because they don't have anything left to trade, so that's not an issue. But what have you guys talked about as far as his situation and your situation, for that matter?
Well, Jay just basically been behind me and just trying to prepare me for what I might be up against as far as media and how to handle situations, things that he could have done differently or things that he thought he'd done pretty good through the process. And he's just been beside me.
You guys have been one of the top offenses in the National Football League. You had a coach in Mike Shanahan who wanted to get you the ball and allowed your skills to come to the forefront. Use Jay Cutler to do that. You guys came in together, built Pro Bowl careers together, young and in your prime. How does that affect everything moving forward? That the coach is no longer there, your quarterback is no longer there, and how do you expect to be able to maintain that production with so many changes around you?
Well, I can honestly say that I play the game for the love, and you can tell by the emotion that I play with, and going through this summer and going through this off season, it really showed me the business side of the National Football League. Losing a quarterback like Jay Cutler, losing a coach like Coach Shanahan, and all the changes we made in our organization, it really shows you that, hey, you're going to play the game for why you started it, but at the same time, you got to secure you and your family. You got to do what's best for you and your family.
What's the morale? Let's gauge the temperature of the fans in Denver and many of the guys in the locker room who have seen so many changes take place this offseason. What is the morale like?
Well, I can speak for the locker room. The locker room, the guys they're buying into Coach McDaniel's system. They're excited about what he's selling, and guys are working hard. It's probably one of the best off seasons as far as participation that the Broncos ever had. So I can honestly say that the Broncos are on track to do some good things.
But let's talk about, wide receivers. Mm-hmm. Diva would be one word that's associated with wide receivers. Chances are, new quarterback situation, your production is going to go down just by virtue of the fact that you go from a Pro Bowl quarterback to a guy that's not a Pro Bowl quarterback. Yeah. Are you concerned about your production and what you're able to do?
You know what, man? My little nephew Armani can come throw to me, and I'm going to go make it happen. I'm going to make it do what it do, baby. I'm going to make it do what it do. Put anybody back there. So that's not a concern of mine. And actually, Kyle Orton is actually a great quarterback, and I think he'll be able to accomplish some things with the guys that the Broncos have around them. You know, Eddie Royal, Tony Scheffler, Daniel Graham, and then you bring Knowshon in. So it's going to be an exciting year for the Broncos.
Can I see that pen?
Yeah, I got a pen.
Yeah.
I
just want to write down Kyle Orton, great quarterback.
I want to ask you a question about maybe the relationship between you and your head coach, Josh McDaniels. He comes from a system where really not one player was ever emphasized. What has the conversations been like with you and your current head coach, Josh McDaniel, to maybe ensure you that you don't have to really worry about production?
You know what? One of the first things he said to me is be ready to have fun and score a lot of touchdowns.
Okay, that's cool.
So
I like that.
I was excited to hear those words, and you know the things he's been able to do just in a short period of time around the facility is exciting for the team.
Let's talk real quickly now. First, your hip, off-season hip surgery. Where does it stand right now in your preparation for the season?
Well, just the other day I did a 360 dunk, then I followed it up with a windmill, so I'm good. I'm ready.
You swinging on the rim a little bit?
Man, I'm doing all that. I'm doing all that.
All right, crystal ball. Are you going to be wearing number 15 with the Denver Broncos?
I'm definitely going to be wearing number 15.
This man knows how to do the sidestep at just the appropriate moment. Thanks so much, Brandon Marshall, for joining us.
Yes,
we appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Randy.